Imagine creating a video game that almost nobody cared about. A game that spent years in development. A game that wasn't supposed to become a global sensation. A game that many believed would quietly disappear. And then, almost overnight, it exploded. Within a few years, hundreds of millions of players joined. Celebrities started playing it. Athletes copied its dances. Schools talked about it. Governments debated it. Parents worried about it. And one company suddenly found itself at the center of a cultural revolution. That game was Fortnite. And its success would change the gaming industry forever. But the most surprising part of the story is that Fortnite wasn't originally supposed to be Fortnite. To understand Fortnite, we first need to understand the company that created it. Epic Games was founded in the early 1990s by a young programmer named Tim Sweeney. At first, Epic was a relatively small game studio, but over time, it became one of the most influential companies in gaming. One reason was technology. Epic developed the famous Unreal Engine. This engine would become one of the most important tools in the gaming industry. Thousands of developers around the world would eventually use it. But despite its technological success, Epic still wanted something bigger. A game that belonged entirely to them, a global hit. And in the early 2010s, they thought they had found it. The original Fortnite project looked completely different. It wasn't a battle royale game. It wasn't about dropping onto an island. And it certainly wasn't about being the last player standing. Instead, the concept combined building structures, gathering resources, fighting monsters, and cooperative gameplay. The mode became known as Fortnite, Save the World. Development took years, longer than expected. The gaming industry changed, player tastes changed, and Epic faced a problem. The game wasn't generating the excitement they hoped for. Meanwhile, another trend was rapidly taking over the industry: Battle Royale. In 2017, a new genre exploded: Battle Royale games, inspired by survival concepts and last-person standing competition. One game in particular generated enormous attention: PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, known simply as PUBG. Suddenly, millions of players wanted huge maps, survival gameplay, intense competition, and one winner. Epic's leadership saw the trend, and they moved fast. Very fast. Instead of spending years planning, they adapted Fortnite. In a matter of months, they created a Battle Royale mode, and that decision changed everything. When Fortnite Battle Royale launched, it entered the market at exactly the right moment. But timing alone wasn't enough. Several decisions made it unique. First, it was free. This was critical. Most competitors required payment. Fortnite removed that barrier completely. Second, it was available on multiple platforms. Friends could play together, regardless of device. Third, the colorful art style appealed to a wider audience. Unlike darker military shooters, Fortnite felt accessible. And then came the feature that defined the game: building. Players could instantly construct walls, ramps, towers, and defensive structures. This added a skill layer unlike anything else on the market. At the same time, another revolution was happening: live streaming. Platforms like Twitch and later YouTube were transforming entertainment. Millions watched gamers online, and Fortnite was perfect for streaming. Every match created stories, unexpected moments, funny failures, dramatic victories. Viewers loved it. Streamers loved it. The game's popularity exploded. Then came a moment that pushed Fortnite beyond gaming. In 2018, one live stream changed everything. Popular streamer Ninja played Fortnite with rapper Drake. The broadcast shattered records. Suddenly, Fortnite wasn't just a game. It became mainstream culture. Athletes played it. Musicians played it. Actors talked about it. News organizations covered it. Even people who never touched a controller knew its name. This was the moment Fortnite transcended gaming. Most games make money by selling copies. Fortnite changed the model. The game remained free. Instead, players bought cosmetic items, skins, emotes, animations, battle passes. Importantly, these purchases did not provide competitive advantages. Players paid for identity, not power. And it worked. Brilliantly. Billions of dollars flowed into Epic Games. Fortnite became one of the most profitable games in history, and competitors rushed to copy the formula. Epic realized something important. Players didn't just want games, they wanted experiences. So Fortnite began hosting massive in-game events, rocket launches, map destruction, storyline evolutions. Then something extraordinary happened: virtual concerts. Artists like Travis Scott performed inside Fortnite. Millions attended digitally. The boundaries between gaming, music, social media, and entertainment began to blur. Fortnite was evolving into something entirely new, a virtual world. But success brought challenges. Critics argued that players spent too much time playing, that children spent heavily on cosmetics, and that gaming addiction concerns were increasing. Competition intensified. New games emerged. Player attention became harder to maintain. And Fortnite faced the challenge every giant eventually faces: remaining relevant. Because becoming popular is difficult. Staying popular is much harder. Many games have good graphics. Many games have strong gameplay. But Fortnite mastered something deeper: adaptation. Epic constantly changed maps, mechanics, events, and collaborations. The game never stood still. Players always had something new to discover. In a world where attention is scarce, constant reinvention became a competitive advantage. Fortnite didn't become a global phenomenon because it was perfect. It became a phenomenon because it evolved faster than almost everyone else. It understood culture, entertainment, technology, and community. The game started as a struggling project, a side idea, an experiment. But through timing, innovation, and relentless adaptation, it became one of the biggest entertainment successes of the 21st century. And perhaps the biggest lesson is this: sometimes the world's biggest phenomenon isn't the product you planned. It's the one you are willing to reinvent.